So these days, as we all know, teachers need lots of patience, lots of self-control while dealing with diverse group of students. Especially we have hyperactive students in the classroom as well. Children come up with lots of doubts and all such sort of things. So there is a chance for the teacher to lose the patience, lose cool at times, and burst out on the students. So today's session is going to give too many insights to us as in how to control ourselves in the classroom aspect, at the same time from a professional front also. So with this note, I would like to invite Mrs. Aswini Srinivasan, a very much known resource person of SNTTC. At the same time, the regional level coordinator of Bangalore SNTTC. All yours, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I warmly invite you all to the session. I request all the participants to mute your audios, please. Yes. Here, we'll start the session with a quote. The main factor behind success is self-control, which is said in Rig Veda. Next slide, sir. Sir, no, not this one. Sir, this next slide, sir. Okay, self-control in classroom.
Ma'am, please continue.
Yes, self-control in classroom. Why you all people think that even in the classroom, self-control is so important? I want even the audience to talk. Participants, please come up with your answers. Okay, next slide, sir. Here, a quote said by a king, that is, I am a king. Sir, previous slide. I am indeed a king because I know how to rule myself. Even as a king needs a self-control. Next slide, sir. Now we have an icebreaker activity. Yes. Volume. Sir, am I audible, sir?
You're very much audible, ma'am. I've muted everyone. Now you can unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. I want a few participants to come forward to choose any one color, and to the given question in that particular color, I want you people to answer. Please come forward, dear participants.
Yes, ma'am. I like blue color.
Okay. Okay. Blue color. What is one thing your parents taught you?
Actually, on those days when we go for a walk, we used to see the clouds and sky and walk. So how far it is, we just go through when we walk. So aim high, maybe. Or we want to touch the sky like that.
Okay, ma'am. Any other participants? Choose some other color. Or if you wish, same color. Dear participants, please be active. If you are active only, we can talk with energy. Please. Yellow. Miss Meenakshi ma'am has chosen yellow. What do you like the most about your job? Meenakshi ma'am, your question is, what do you like the most about your job? Dedication. Okay. Any other participants?
Hello, ma'am. Red color.
Red color. Describe your personality in one word.
Patience.
Patience. Okay. Manohar Anita, orange color. What is your favorite food, Anita ma'am? Favorite food, curd rice. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, why these questions are raised here or given here? Any guesses?
Maybe always we used to say red means anger, emotion, angry bird like that. Red choose for angry, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Any
Maybe,
other
maybe.
any other guesses? In one or the other way, all these questions related to our self-control. Can you guess? Self-assessment. Okay.
To know yourself better.
Okay, to know ourselves better. Yes, we'll move to the next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. Okay, why we all are here? The topic is self-control. Yes, we'll listen to this video, how self-control plays a vital role in our lives.
Self-control is the thinking skill that helps you to keep control of your emotions when you get frustrated, think before you act, and make a connection between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Self-control can help you to stop yourself from doing something without thinking it through, keep a positive attitude even when you're having a bad day, and use positive strategies when you're feeling frustrated, angry, or overwhelmed. Here are some examples of times when you might use self-control in everyday life. When your teacher asks you to stop talking during class, when you need to take time with your homework, when someone asks you to do a chore that you don't want to do, when you try to stay calm during an argument, when you think about the effect your words and actions will have on another person, when you avoid negative things that you know will upset you, when you use a strategy you know will work to calm yourself down, and when you use positive self-talk if you're having a bad day. Self-control is also an important skill when you are playing video games. Self-control can help you to stay calm when you are playing competitively in a game. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, your character can play against other players online, and it is possible for you to lose several times over the course of a couple of rounds. Self-control can help you with positive self-talk and not to take losses personally, so that you will want to try your best again during the next round. Platforming games are another good way to use your self-control skills. In the game Celeste, the player is climbing a mountain full of traps and difficult terrain. It is possible that the player will fail several times in their attempt to move past a certain area. Self-control can help you to stay calm even if you lose several times in a row, or know when you need to take a break from the game and perform another activity for a while. Games that feature a global chat or talk function are another good way to use your self-control skills. You can chat with your friends and other players, and self-control can help you to stay positive even if the people around you are being negative. If another player does something you don't like, keeping your cool and thinking about what you say and its impact on the other player is an important social part of the game. The next time you're playing a video game, pay attention to the times when you are using your self-control skills and how they helped you enjoy the game more. Then, try to connect these experiences to times when you feel frustrated with something in real life. You just may find that practicing self-control in video games helps you get better at this skill in real life too.
Yes, what you have seen in the video. Yes, my dear teachers, what you have seen in the video. Come on, come up with your answers, please. Yes, Swati ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is not clear actually. Any other participants? Do you wish to say what you have seen in the video?
Whatever we are doing in regular routine life, we have to be, we have to have a self-control among ourselves, whatever the activities what we are doing.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. You're right. Yes, to stay calm and positive with self-control. There, even in self-control, positive attitude also speaks there about self-control. Okay. Yes. What is self-control? Self-control, it is the ability to control one's emotions and behavior in the face of temptations and desires in order to achieve specific goals. In how many ways we will control our emotions unknowingly in our daily life? Yes, Meenakshi ma'am, you're right. Okay, now, why it is important to have self-control? What is shown in this picture? What he is doing there? Dear participants, please be active. Yes, Jayvani ma'am.
Yeah, my losing the, losing the, what to say, he's trying to burst the computer, losing his control.
Okay. He is unable to control his anger and he is going to hit the monitor with keyboard. Am I right? To
Yes,
behave
ma'am.
in human manner. Okay. Now, why self-control is important? Self-control is important because it plays a key role in various aspects of personal development and in overall well-being of each and every human beings, like decision making, emotional regulations, achievement of goals, healthy relationships, physical and mental health. Self-control is very important in human life. Yes, Sunita ma'am. Self-control is foundational skill that enhances decision making, as previously said, emotional stability, success, relationships, and overall health. Next slide, sir. A teacher first and foremost quality is patience and self-control. Yes, Meenakshi ma'am, I agree with you. Next slide, sir. Okay. Types of self-control. Can anyone guess us what will be the types of self-control? Okay, next slide, sir. There are three types of self-control. The first one is impulse control, second one is emotional control, and the third one is movement control. What is impulse control? Any guesses? We may lose good things if we couldn't control our angers. Yes, Supraja ma'am. What will be impulse control? Any guesses?
Maybe it is related with behavioral control, ma'am.
Exactly, ma'am. You're right. Yes, Poonam ma'am, you were about to say something.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes.
ma'am, not to react at the spur of the moment.
Okay. Yes. What is impulse control? The ability to think or stop before acting with the skill we can imagine the consequence of their behavior. Without this control, we interrupt a lot, speak too much or speak out of turn. We do bully. We rush through assignments. We follow rules one day, not the next day. Even in the classes we used to do. One day if we change the class leader, or if we give some scoldings like this class is making hell of noise, from tomorrow you have to be quiet, that this, the next 2 days or the next day the class will be quiet. What happens again the third day or the next week when you enter the same class? Sir,
Same
am I
situation
audible,
will
sir?
be there.
Yes, ma'am.
Same situation will be there.
Same situation as the previous thing will be there. Yes. A successful teacher is known by self-control. Okay, Sujata ma'am. Okay, here impulse control is that, as Jayavani ma'am said, it is about behavioral issues. However, we say what they are going to do, they will continue doing it. But we have to have a look into them continuously. We have to bring them in control by guiding them. Second one is emotional control. The ability to manage feeling by thinking about the goals helps us keep going even when upsetting or unexpected things happen. Without this, we become easily frustrated and quick to give up. We are unable to tolerate correction and criticism, find it difficult and calm down. We have trouble to postpone enjoyment till the assignment completed. So in emotional control means how children are into this. Can you give your points or suggestions in emotional control, how students will react or behave?
Anger, emotional anger.
Anger, yes, first thing, anger.
They'll cry.
They will cry in the class, definitely.
They will cry. Some students maybe they will shout inside the class.
Because of frustration. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes. Any other answers? Scolding.
Some children will be very silent. They never talk. They'll be silent.
Yes, yes,
Hold
ma'am.
on.
Scolding, yes. A teacher would have scolded the child or some leaders. That frustration or that anger, they will show it to their friend or to some other teacher, some other friends, as Supraja ma'am said. Okay.
Ma'am, they will throw the tantrums, ma'am.
They will throw the
Tantrums. They will show the difference in the behavior. They will tap their
yes,
feet,
yes,
or
yes.
they will
They
throw
will
their
pat the
pen.
table. They'll
will
throw
throw
the
them.
stationary things which they have. Yes, ma'am, I
Throw
agree.
tantrums.
Yes. Okay. The third type of self-control is movement control. The ability to control body movement. It regulates our physical actions and responses in an appropriate way. Without this skill, we are overactive or restless. We have trouble in quiet and seated activities. We have difficulties staying in line till our turn comes. We disrupt others in games and conversations. How students will behave in this part, that is this movement control. They throw tantrums to control ourselves from getting frustrated and angry. Yes, Fatima. Yes, have you faced this movement control with your students in the class? How they will behave?
Ma'am, they'll run inside the class, they'll jump sometimes, movement control. Maybe they have to be seated in one place. Actually, this movement control will comes under the category of KG to 5th standard, I think. So they won't sit in one place.
Okay.
Maybe when we talk about the children, I'm telling this, ma'am.
Yes, 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 ma'am. I agree.
When they won't sit in one place, they used to change their places. They used to roam inside the class, maybe jumping. I think so. I'm not sure, ma'am.
Okay, Namrata ma'am, body languages will get changed. Okay. As the last point I have said, we disrupt others in games and conversations. When they feel that they are going to lose the game, immediately they will just collapse the entire game. Even these things will happen in few cases in the PT period and all. They show restlessness. Yes, Swati ma'am. Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. So how we are going to control these sort of things, we'll discuss in the upcoming slides. Next slide, sir.
Ma'am, I'm actually clicking the next slide, but I don't know what is, wrong with this PPT. Yeah, this should work,
Okay.
ma'am.
Psychologists typically define self-control as, first point, the ability to control behaviors in order to avoid temptations and to achieve goals, as we have seen, impulse control. And the second point, the ability to delay gratification and resist unwanted behaviors or urges, like till the last moment, they will not complete their assignment. Tomorrow, if they have to submit the assignment, they'll just sit, they'll scribble and submit. That is, they have to complete it, otherwise we will scold them, right? So it is related to emotional control, a limited resources that can be depleted. Third one relates to we have seen 3 types of control, so control in the previous slide, right? So third one relates to
Movement control.
yes, movement control. So the next slide. Sir, next slide, sir. By repeating. Okay, here, science has discovered 2 major traits that have been proven to have a wide range of benefits. That is intelligence and self-control. Now, what are the advantages of self-control? Because science has discovered that the 2 major part of a children is intelligence and self-control. The first part, self-control, we'll discuss. Next slide, sir. Advantages of self-control. What will be the advantages of self-control? Any guesses? Okay, sir. Next slide, sir.
Ma'am, person will be socially socially well adjusted.
Socially well adjusted. Okay, you're right, ma'am.
Person can maintain a healthy relationship with others and be a good decision maker.
Yes, ma'am, you're also right. Create a positive environment. Yes, Sucharita, ma'am, you're right. Sir, this is not the next slide, sir. Yes. Next one. Okay, here. It increases decision-making capacity. When we have a self-control, it gives us opportunity to make a peaceful decision. Even for a teacher as well as a student, a person can think positively. Yes, Sushashri ma'am. Next one, sir. Apple one. Yes. Here, it increases chances of success. So here, everyone knows that apple is a healthy food and chocolate is a junk food. But in front of students, if we take, which one they will choose first?
Chocolate only.
They will definitely choose
Chocolate
chocolate only. Yes. So, but when we choose apple, increases the chances of success. We have to control ourselves. Instead of eating chocolate, apple is good and we have to go to apple. Self-control giving us good environment with our students, friends, family. Yes, Sunita ma'am. Next slide, sir. Yes, it curtail impulsive behavior such as lying and binge eating or drinking. That is sometimes without control, they will start saying lies, or if some food is very good, instead of having 2 or 3, they'll go to 6, 7 like that. Even it is lose of control. Am I right? They are losing their control over there when it is their limit to have 3 or 4, but they are taking excess of food. Is it good? Do they have self-control over there?
No.
No, ma'am.
Yes. And next one, it improves the focus. Sir, next one, sir. It improves focus. So when we have self-control, we will be focusing on something which we are doing because we would have set some goal. So we will focus on that particular thing and we will work so correctly. It improves our focus. And the next one, next slide, sir. More likely to get rich. By seeing this pic, what you people feel?
The others will try to distract and disturb others. If we have
Exactly.
self-control, then we can achieve our targets and it leads to success.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. You're right, Sucharita, ma'am. Excellent. Next one, sir. Okay. How to develop self-control. So now you will learn how to develop, that is, you will see how to develop self-control, and we'll try to implement these things in our students and we'll make them to be a self-controlled child. Next one, sir. Avoid temptations. As soon as, even as we teachers, if we see our favorite color or favorite food, we'll get tempted. Am I right? Am I right,
Yes.
my dear teachers?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have to avoid that
Yes, ma'am.
temptation. Next one, sir. Next one. Yes. Plan ahead before doing something. For example, if we are going to teach some topic in the class, we have to plan ahead how we are going to control the student. First, we have to maintain that self-control within us so that by seeing us, our children will follow. Next one, sir. Next here, set clear goals. That is, clearly define specific goals and objectives that require self-control, where we are going to do, where we have to achieve, what we have to achieve. We have to set a goal and we have to work for that. We have to find the specific goals and which are the objectives to reach that. We have to find that one first. Next one, sir. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing exercise and meditation can help individuals develop self-control. So you can give this activities, you can make the children to do. It will just take 2 minutes in each period, in your periods. Whenever you want the children to listen to you, when they do this, they'll be in control. So you can try this, like giving them breathing exercise, asking them to meditate for 2 minutes. It can help them to be in control in the class. Next, sir. Break tasks into smaller steps. Large tasks can be overwhelming and lead to impulsive or procrastinating behavior. For example, if you ask a child for one period, if you ask a child to stand continuously and read, in the beginning, the child will have the spirit to read. But when you keep asking the same child to read, will the child will read properly? It is just a reading, but will the child will do it properly?
No, ma'am.
Why?
No, ma'am.
Why the child will not do it? Not at all. Yes. Because but you are asking 2-3 children to read, you are giving one paragraph to one child, another paragraph to the next child. In that way, if you make the things to go in the class, will the things go in the proper way without any
Yes, ma'am.
distraction or something like that? So even it is a reading part or it is going to be a small thing. For example, if you want to give notes, don't give 6 to 7 questions. For higher class, 5 questions is maximum, I guess. And for lower class, if it is, don't give more tasks or more writing at the same time. Even that will break the self-control in children. Because they'll be like, oh, my hand is paining, it is enough, ma'am. They'll start saying, ma'am, it's enough, it's enough. When 2-3 children are saying it's enough, we'll try to stop over there. Next one, sir. Practice self-care. Taking care of physical and emotional well-being is essential for self-control. First, for this, prioritize sleep, healthy eating, regular exercise, and relaxation activities to maintain optimal self-control. So which are the things? First, we have to self-care to be in self-control. So we have to sleep properly. We have to intake we have to intake healthy food. We have to do regular exercise and relaxation activities. These all things will take us as well as our children to be in control. Next one, sir. Okay. Seek support. Engaging in supportive relationships and seeking help can enhance self-control. So here, where the students will seek for support.
At
When
home,
the child will not able to understand, ma'am.
From peers,
at home they try to seek the support from the parents, and at
Exactly, ma'am.
school they depend on the teachers for further guidance and support.
Okay. Okay. For example, will the students will come and ask support with all the teachers?
No, ma'am. Actually,
ma'am.
like if they feel comfortable with the teacher, and if the teacher is very approaching and welcoming, then the students tend to approach. But it is a duty of the teacher to understand the problem when she is observing.
Exactly, you're right, Sucharita, ma'am. Yes, that is what the point I needed. Yes. So when we support, when we take a step towards the child's seeking, so that they will.
Yeah, so that they can come up with their problem. And even as a teacher, we should observe them and try to understand their problem. And before they approach us, we should go to them, talk to them, and then give them that warmth so that they will also come up with their problem, and we can sort it out in a very efficient way.
Yes, ma'am. Excellent, ma'am. Sir, next slide, sir. Okay. Practice using self-control. So which are the practices can be done for self-control? We'll just see one by one. The first one is be focused. Sir, next slide, sir. Okay. Focus on one goal at a time. So when we are keep thinking to do 2 or 3 things at a time, can it be any one thing can be done in the proper way?
Not at all, ma'am.
Not at all, because all the 3 things will be collapsed in one or the other way. So focus on one goal at a time. Let us focus on one thing so that we can do it in a clear and a proper way. Next one is meditate. Will meditation makes you to be in control?
Yeah, meditation will help us in controlling our mind, because when we are meditating, we will keep calm, and then we focus mostly on ourselves and try to calm down our senses. So it helps it is the most effective way in controlling ourselves.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. Next slide, sir. Yes, remind yourself of the consequences. Consequences just ahead. So what are the efforts or what are the effect we are going to see forward? Even we have to keep reminder to ourselves about that part also. Next one, sir. Yes, get digital self-control support. Do we have this control first as a teachers?
A relaxing or a calming music can help in self-control.
Okay, ma'am.
Or trying to even do something which will divert our mind and even pacify.
Yes, you're right, ma'am. Any other answers? Yes, music helps a lot. Okay. Whenever you are tired or you're feeling somewhat disturbed or frustrated, when you listen to your favorite song, will you come back to the normal energy level? Motivational stories. Yes, Murugesan, sir. Yes, sir. Next one, sir. Find a healthy distraction instead of sitting and playing games. Go for a walk in a pleasant place where you can meet some people, where you can get out of distraction, but it should be in a healthy way. Next one, sir. Try belly breathing. So even it will make us to be in control. Try belly breathing. Next one, sir. Develop new hobbies like drawing or what can be made. I'll give the question.
Reading a book also.
Painting, reading a book. Yes.
Listening to music, ma'am.
Okay. Listening to music. Gardening. Yes, ma'am, you're right. Okay. Sir, next one. Here, use support system. Who will be the support system?
Support system can be for elders, it can be their partners, life partners, or it can be siblings.
Okay, when it comes in the classroom scenario for students, ma'am.
Teachers are the main support system.
Teachers, yes. Teachers, parents, and even their friends or their support system.
Yeah, friends are also support system.
Yes. And next one.
Colleagues.
Colleagues, yes, ma'am. That's what we pointed it as friends. Yes. Reward yourself. That is, if you feel that you have succeeded something, first you reward yourself. Next, sir. Learn when to seek help. Okay. For everything, can we go to some person and we can ask for a help? Will it be good? Even as a teacher, as a student, think in both the aspects and answer.
No, ma'am.
No. Why no, ma'am?
Because it is depends on the next person.
Yes. Sometimes they'll ignore. Sometimes they'll try to ignore, or sometimes the answer will be not in the appropriate way. So and so. Next slide, sir. Learn how to manage stress. So when we are out of stress, there we can maintain or we can be in control. Do you agree with this? Yes. So first, let us learn how to manage stress. Let us be free from stress so that we can be in control. Next one, sir. Encourage yourself to stick to the plan. If you are planned to do, or if you are planned to do something like you have to write a lesson plan. Tonight I have to complete this lesson plan. If you have planned, in any circumstance or in any situation, don't try to avoid or neglect that work that day. Try to or engage yourself to complete that work in that particular day itself. Next one, sir. Get more sleep to help brain manage energy better. As we have seen in the previous, how to develop self-control, prioritize the sleep was the first point. So get more sleep to help the brain manage energy better. Even insist the students to sleep properly. Nowadays, because of playing games and because of using mobile phones, some children are not sleeping properly. Even insist and guide the children, tell the children that sleep is most important. Next one, sir. Better exercise and nutrition. When it comes to nutrition part, as teachers, we all will intake the regular nutrition. Have you observed your students are following the same nutrition level?
Mostly, yes.
Mostly yes. Okay. Do you have any rules to follow this nutrition in your school? Like no junk foods are allowed, like that something?
Yes, ma'am, we do follow that.
Yes. Okay. In any other schools? Any which ways do you follow this nutrition level? Exercise, they will do it in the PT periods. We all know that. What about nutrition? Okay. Next slide, sir.
Ma'am, they are encouraged to have homemade food.
Yes, yes, ma'am. The question why I raised this, even in our school, we don't allow packet foods like chips or biscuits, which is bought from shop or something else. And we don't allow junk foods on the weekdays. They are allowed to bring junk foods only on Saturdays, and other days they have to bring only the a breakfast or something which the mama has prepared at home, or fruits or vegetables only they are allowed. That's the reason I raised that question. Yeah. The next one is postpone things for later to gain focus on what's important now. For example, if you have to complete some work today, like writing a ledger, you have to complete a ledger or register today. So you have to complete it first, and then later you can go for your lesson plan work, or later you can prepare for your lessons, because submitting the ledger has to be happened today. So postpone things for later, which can be done later, and focus on which is important to complete it by that day. Next one, sir. Benefits of self-control. Here it helps to maintain good interpersonal relationships. How it is pointed in a classroom scenario or in students? How it helps you to maintain good interpersonal relationships?
If we try to answer the students with patience, they will also try to, it will be very peaceful and we get to know each other better, and there'll be a healthy relationship between the teacher and the student. If the teacher is getting irritated or shouting at the students, then they become very afraid of the teacher and they become apprehensive. They don't like to, they pretend as if everything is well. Although
Yes,
they
ma'am,
have
you're right. Yes. Next.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Jayavani, ma'am, do
Started
you?
to tell to us something, we listen to them. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the best hope with the students is nothing but when the teacher have the self-control, the students will share everything to us. Actually, they'll we just put a here. I mean, those words. If we hear to them itself, they will.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
to say?
Yes.
They'll have it.
First,
Yes.
teacher should have that self-control, so that the relationship between the student and the teacher will be in a good way. The second one helps you to cope with difficult people. How it will cope you with difficult people? Sometimes few people will be like the way they answer only will be like irritating us. Do you agree with this point? Some students purposely they will do that. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So when
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have control, when we control ourselves during that time, even we can cope that sort of students in the class, and it helps to protect yourself from others. So in some cases, how it will protect us from others? Do you have any idea about this point?
Ma'am, it will protect our image getting tarnished.
Yes, ma'am. So for example, we'll just take a staff room scenario only. There will be a clash or misunderstanding between two teachers. If one teacher is pointed out, one teacher's mistake is pointed out, what happens there? Both would have shouted or both would have spoken there. But if one is protected and one's voice will be said to everyone, like she spoke in that way, he spoke in that way. So when we control our anger or when we control ourselves there, it can protect us from others without any problem or misunderstandings. Next, helps you to avoid becoming defensive. How it will help? Helps you to avoid becoming defensive.
If a scenario comes up, like if someone is pointing out at you or something, then we need not become defensive. If we have that self control, we can take it in a positive way, or we can just reply with a smile or in a lighter tone, so that that time the unnecessary aggression will not happen.
Exactly, you're right, ma'am. Next one is helps you to keep your mind clear. So when we are in control, sometimes when we are frustrated or when we are in anger, even we doesn't know what we speak out. Do you agree with me? In anger or in frustration, if we are fighting or if we are talking to someone, even we doesn't know what we are speaking. So when we are in control, it helps us to keep our mind also clear. Do you agree with this point?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Yes. So now I have a question for you all. In controlling a student, that is to make a child self-control, what will be the role of teachers and parents?
First of all, you have to listen them, what they want to
Okay.
say.
Okay, ma'am.
Teacher should act as a role model. If she has that self control, then she sets as an example, and the students also generally they have a tendency of imitating the teacher. They, when the teacher is very much self controlled, and if she is well behaved in the class without losing the temper, the students also will try to behave in the same way, and they will also reply, or they act in the same way in the classroom.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly, you're right. Excellent. So here, role of teachers and parents in developing. The first thing is like teach kids about feelings. Establish household rules. First, we have to understand the child mindset. Yes, Namrata ma'am. And set yourself as model for appropriate behavior. Most of the students, they look at us, they observe us, and many things they do as we do in the classroom, especially this lower grade children from 1 to 5. Do you agree with this point? So we have to be, as
Yes,
Sucharita
ma'am.
ma'am said, we have to be the role model for our children first, so that from by seeing us, they will learn more. Next slide, sir. Okay, here are few self-control activities. Practice coping strategies, develop routines for success, use journal prompts, talk about self-control scenarios, read alouds, practice mindfulness, use think alouds, set goals and track progress, place self-control games. Now, we have a game. Exactly, it is, I'll set a timer for 1 minute. Everyone has to be quiet. No one is going to talk for 1 minute. Let me see how many of you have self-control over here. Shall we play this game?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'll set the timer. Yes, start. How many seconds over? Any guesses? How many seconds over? A big clap for everyone. I just triggered you people to make you people talk. Everyone have a big self-control within you people. Yes. Now here, how to teach them the self-control. So first we have to teach them life skills to the students. After that, we can give them the self-control activities like life skill lessons like listening skills, problem solving skills, anger management skills, critical thinking, and interpersonal relationships. We have to teach them these sort of life skills, and then we have to give them some self-control activities so that we can see a drastic changes in the students behavior, as well as they can change themselves into the self-control. So now when we try doing all these things, it makes children successful in each and every part of their life. It improves decision making, critical thinking, and problem solving. It helps them to tolerate frustration. Next slide, sir. Okay, here we come to the conclusion part. Self-control is an essential quality that can help us to lead more successful and fulfilling lives. It enables us to take control of our emotions, resist temptations, and stay focused on our goals. As we discussed how to develop self-control, by following the tips and strategies outlines in this session, we would be able to build self-control and lead a more successful and fulfilling life. Good luck to everyone. Stay in control, stop, think, and do. Now it's your time. If you have any questions or feedback, you can give. Is there any certificate form or not? Sunita ma'am, actually certificate. Sir, will you say about the certificate part, or
Yeah.
shall I?
So before that, I would like to know if participants have any sort of questions. You can come up with your questions. We would feel actually very blessed to answer the questions that you people ask.
Hello, ma'am. I'm a counselor, and as you told that in my school, I am taking a life skill sessions. And about hello,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we can hear you.
yes, in my school, I am taking a life skill session, and
Yes.
when we did about the teamwork,
Okay.
in that student get the importance of self control, because in a teamwork you have to work with your team.
Yes, ma'am.
That yes, so that incident I want to share here. Because your individual is not important in team, you have to work together, you have to work with your team. At that time self control is most important thing over there.
Ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, did you finish, ma'am? Is there anyone else who would like to share your views, or is there anyone else who would like to ask some question? Yeah. In that case, we believe that each one of you are eagerly waiting as to know how to grab a certificate for this session. So those who wish to grab a certificate, they are supposed to pay 50 rupees towards the certificate. So you can pay the money to this number, which I am writing in the chat box, 9908925730. It is 9908925730. It has both GPay as well as PhonePe, and it is my number. So you can share, like 50 rupees, and you can share the screenshot to the same WhatsApp number. After sharing the screenshot, please do not forget to share your name and details, as in how you want your name, Mr., Miss. If you have any specifications, please let us know. So within 24 hours to the same WhatsApp number, we will be sending the certificate. So this is how you need to grab your certificate. So hope everyone understood that, and we really appreciate Mrs. Ashwini Srinivasan for coming up with such a thoughtful webinar wherein we can learn a lot as to how to control our own emotions, especially in a classroom setup, so that students and colleagues don't judge us immediately. So hope that was a wonderful session. Meet you all tomorrow in the upcoming session. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone for attending the session as well as your